Money Masters and Treasure Hunters, welcome to the Tom O'Brien Show. I'm your guest host, Steve Rhodes, filling in for Tom while he is away. And for those of you not familiar with me, I kick things off for TFNN each and every morning at 9 o'clock sharp. I do a show called The Trader's Edge. In fact, you can catch that show archived on Channel 9 if you haven't heard it. A great show to tune in because at 9 o'clock, maybe you're wondering just where it is that those markets are going. And following the 9 o'clock show, Tom and I do a show together called The Money Masters. And the archives of that show, if you haven't caught one, go check it out on Channel 10 over at TFNN on Tiger TV. Now, folks, I absolutely treasure your presence here today, and my outcome is to help you to become a better money master. That's twice I've used Betty today, and I'm here to absolutely inspire you, but mostly to help you identify tools that will lead an inspiring life. After all, leading an inspired life is really what it's all about. So let's go look at one of our tools, the tool that we'll call ambition. So what is the origin of ambition? You see, in my mind, there exists really one place to find true ambition, and that's within you. That's within each of us out there, folks, in every thought, in every moment, in every motivation, in every moment. Living in the moment is so important. Your ambition is really an expression of who you truly are and who you want to become, folks. So here's the question for you. It's a TGIF Friday, and I'm going to start you off with a question. Are all the disciplines that you are currently engaged in taking you to where you want to go? This weekend, folks, set your sail. Set your sail and make sure that you're headed in the direction of where? Ambition Island. So let's go see where these markets are sailing off to. We had the Dow close up 71 points out at 12,644. The Dow is on its way up to 13,060. We had the S&P close out at 1335. That was up almost 10 points. The S&P is headed up to the 1389 level. We're going to go take a look at that. You had the composite finish up 33 points and 33 cents. How about that? All threes across the board. I don't know if that's a good luck number or a bad luck number, but the composite, how about this for threes? Headed to 3,001. Where's that? That's the top of the gap. We'll take a look at that chart as well. The NDX 100, where did the NDX 100 finish? Let's see. The NDX finished out at 25.85. That was up $28.57, up a full percentage point. The NDX headed to 26.83, also the top of its gap. The Russell 2000 finishing out at 775. That was the lead dog in the house today, up 1 3/10%, up 10 points. The Russell 2000 headed to the 802, top of the gap. That, folks, is on the short term. If you want to understand where these markets are going on the long term, and so many of you are out there, so many of you just are managing your long-term funds, you're listening in, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that went over to the homepage of TFNN.com and ordered the free report that I did. Folks, that was a study going back to 1929. It was a study for each of you, but mostly all of you folks that are just simply managing your retirement accounts from a self-managed standpoint, by checking a few boxes that your employer might give to you. You know, it's about picking which mutual funds you want to invest in. And what I've given you are the tools. You want to talk about ambition. I have provided you with the tools, all the tools that you need to determine whether you should be in or whether you should be out of the marketplace, whether you apply to that mutual fund, whether it's applied to a specific index. This is an example, longer term, because what I just gave you what I just gave you a few moments ago were short term where the markets are going to. But if you want to understand long term, New York Stock Exchange is an example. That's really the breadth of the marketplace. We don't really talk enough about it, here on the air. New York Stock Exchange gave a long-term bearish mode. That means go to cash, because most of you out in those funds, you can't go short the market. That said, go to cash. It did that in the early part of May. The Russell 2000 this month in June here, month is not over. But right now, if we're to close today, it just confirmed a long-term bearish signal. The composite still bullish. The Dow still bullish. The S&P 500 still bullish. Not by a long shot, but still in that bullish mode. The transports, though, they're going to be the next to turn, and these are turning one by one. So when it comes to your long-term cash, if you haven't gone over, and we've had over 1,000, we're up to about 1,250. So I want to thank each of you out there. In fact, we're coming into, not this week, but the following week is going to be the July 4th weekend, not weekend because it's the middle of the week. But over July 4th, I'm going to pre-tape a show that you'll be able to listen to, also be archived. And for each of you out there that ordered the report, if you send me, now, because we've had over 1,000, well over 1,000. If each person just sent one, that would keep me pretty busy. But send me whatever you've got with regard to any of your fund holdings, your options inside your funds, and I will cover as many of those on the show. I may put together an entire spreadsheet that each of you will be able to take a look at with regard to those funds. If you send me an email at steve@tfnn.com, because I'm interested here in being able to help you out. If you take a look at, for example, so the transports are likely the next one to turn. When we talk about transports, Ryder got absolutely hammered today, leading the charge on the way down, dollar-wise, $5.31 off 13%. Light sweet crude is an example, folks. Gave a long-term bearish signal last month. Light sweet crude, trading down. It's going to get cheaper at the pumps. You've already seen that. Gold went bearish on May 14th. What is it, June 22nd today? Silver, Hi-Ho Silver went bearish November 16, 2011, folks. That's when it was trading out at $34.58. Today, right around 26. Let's see, where did it actually close out at? You got silver at $26.86, folks. So you want to understand these signals. It's free. All you have to do is go over to the homepage of TFNN.com, and you can just order it. You'll get an email that just confirms that you want it, and voila, you will have that special report. And as long as you're over there, today is an important day because I asked, we talk about ambition, and it's so important to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to acquire knowledge here at TFNN, not just by listening to the program, but by actually getting involved. Listening is one thing, but actually involving yourself, that's a whole nother deal. We can teach you. There's so many tools out there, and we have such great contributors. We've got Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, David White, who was just on, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, of course, the one and only Tom O'Brien, and then I can add a few things as well. Hopefully I didn't leave anybody out. And that's over 10 hours worth of training. Folks, it's available to you. It would be on your members page for a solid 30 days. Go over to the homepage of TFNN.com. Sign up for Tiger Dollars. If you subscribe to a service, well, then this is the biggest no-brainer out there. And if you're sitting on the fence, it's time to get off the fence, folks. It's time to take some action. And if you take a little action, you'll get lousy results. You got to take massive action out there. So make sure you sign up for the big one. That's where you put down $1,150 and you get $1,500. But for those of you just kind of sort of on the fence, $500 will turn that into $600, and you got 30 days of, well, you get more than 30 days. In fact, starting July 11th, for each week, every Wednesday, one of us are going to be doing a 1.5-hour webcast. Don't worry if you're on vacation, you can't be there. It's going to be archived on your page. So that's the great Tiger Dollar promotion. So let's go take a look at these markets here. Let's go take a look at let's take a look at the Dow first. The Dow closing out at 12,650 after getting hammered yesterday. And we're talking about being down 250 today. It's up 67. So it's just giving up a little bit of its losses from yesterday. Now, What happened here, if you're watching us on Tiger TV, folks, and if you're not, you can always catch the archive of the show. I would suggest that you do it. I utilize candles. What you're taking a look at on the screen here are just simply candles for technical trading. Now, there's a 3-candle formation that is called a three-river island reversal. It goes back into the 1600s. And this is Japanese candlestick charting here. And if you're watching us on Tiger TV, the day of June 1st, when you had just really a kibosh, a real crushing, you had the Dow go from 12,000, where it would open at 12,391, got down to 12,107. So it comes crushing down on the next trading session, tries going further. You had the bulls push it up. It was really a small ranging body. Now, typically you'll have one of those. And then if on the next trading session you have this big green candle, what you see here is that occurred 2 trading sessions later. You had that on actually June 6th. So you had 2 of these small little bodies here. This, folks, is a reversal pattern. And it's a major reversal pattern. How major? Well, this type of reversal pattern took place back in March of 2009. Now, we're in long-term bearish mode here when it comes to New York Stock Exchange. The Dow, not yet. But this is a reversal signal, and that says to me that what the Dow wants to do is it wants to travel up into that 13,060 area. That's going to be that 0.786 retracement of the entire move down off of May 1st all the way to lows that were put on June 4th, folks. 877-927-6648. It is Terrific Friday. I want you to have a terrific weekend, folks. But stay tuned. We'll be right back. We can take a look at your stock. Just have to pick up the phone and give me a call, folks.